In this video, I'll be reviewing this Brother MFC-L2710DW printer. It's a laser printer, and I'll share with you the good points about it and the not so good ones. So let's start with the positive. So the positive is that this printer has many useful features for a small business, or if you're at home and you intend to use it for your personal stuff. So it has over here on the top a document feeder. This is great if you have multiple pages you'll want to scan. Let's say I have a document here of 20 pages. You can simply insert them here and the printer will take them one by one, scan them, they will exit over here. And this way you just have to press a button and the printer does the rest. It also has a basic scanner if you prefer doing page by page, nothing special. This scanner is able to scan up to 400 dpi, which is great, but if you're gonna buy this printer to scan pictures, let's say, you're better getting a separate dedicated scanner that is able to scan at 1500 dpi or even higher. 400 dpi is enough for anything text and some graphics like these ones over here, but some family pictures too, I think it could be pretty okay, but if you're gonna scan something professionally, an artwork or something that has a lot of details, don't rely on this scanner. This is mostly for text and graphics. Then if we go over here, we have the control panel. All the features are accessible directly on it. I'll go back to it in just a few seconds. And if we go lower, we have over here, if you want to print on envelopes, you have this slot over here. Very rare to see this on a printer, so it's great that they still has it. And we have the paper cassette. It can take up to 250 pages, sheets of paper. You see, you can fill it till the red line over there, which is great. You won't have to refill it very often. If we're talking about the print quality, I would say it's pretty in line with the other HP and Canon competitors. It's nothing exceptional, but there's nothing wrong either with it. Every time I printed some text, some graphics, it looks sharp and there's nothing wrong with the paper. It does not have any stains, anything. Obviously, if you're going to print pictures or graphics, this is where this printer could fall short, but don't worry, any other laser printer of this price range will do the same thing. You may see some weird lines going on, although on this cone there's no lines, but you can still see them. If you want something that prints with a high resolution, you need to get an inkjet printer. Laser printers are great for text and some graphics like this one if you don't expect perfection. Other thing that I like about this printer is that you're able to connect it using a USB cable. It has Wi-Fi and you can connect to a Chromebook, PC, Mac, iPhone, Android using the Wi-Fi, but if you want to rely to something a bit more safe, I would say, you have the option to connect a USB cable on the back, right over here, like that. Unfortunately, this cable does not come included in the box. You'll have to purchase one separately. It also has on the top here, if we remove the small plug, an Ethernet connector. So if you don't want to connect to the Wi-Fi but still want to use the internet to print or scan, you can connect one of these Ethernet cable here to your router. And that's another nice feature, because if you're going to use it in an office, this printer may be, let's say, 2 rooms away from your internet router, and sometimes the connection drops. By connecting it with a cable, it will be a lot more reliable and quick to print. Another positive side of this printer is that, while I already talked, you can connect it with many devices, but I found that it's quite easy to do so. Usually in under 5 minutes, you are able to print using your device through Wi-Fi. With this printer, which is great. And the last positive side that I found is that it has a fax machine. Not many people are using fax these days, but if your business is still using one, well, you have fax and you have some presets here. So you can put your, let's say, your clients, and every time you press here, you won't have to enter their number over there. You can simply press here and you'll be able to fax quickly. but this is not something many people will use, obviously. Now, what are the downsides of choosing this printer? Well, first of all, this doesn't apply only to this Brother printer, it applies to many other Brother printers, is that you may have problem with sleep mode. This printer, it only did it once on me and I fixed it. You can fix this, by the way, in just 2 minutes, going through the menus. This printer will go in sleep mode, so if you don't do anything with it, it will simply sleep. And when you want to print again, it will have trouble waking up. Well, again, it only happened to me once, but I need to mention it. You can disable sleep mode through the menus, and I did it. So for me, this is not really an issue since you can correct it quickly and remove sleep mode. This way, the printer will be ready to print every time you ask it. Now, another downside is this control panel. I told you it was easy to set up with my phone and with my computer, but I really wish they removed all these buttons, which are nice to press. It's just that many of them I won't use, like these fax buttons, and replace this with a small touchscreen. This LCD does not have many pixels, so sometimes when you're trying to view some information, it's hard to see. So just to give you an example, if I go in the menu here, let me go to the wireless network. Let's say you want to use Wi-Fi direct. Many people will want to do that. You press OK, then you select manual. It will tell you the Wi-Fi direct name, and then to know the password will be at the end of this. Over here you see PASS, and it disappears, and then you don't have much time to write it down because this display does not have enough pixels. They have to make everything pass this way, and yeah, by having a better display, I think it will be a lot more user-friendly. This seems that it's stuck in the 90s with all these buttons, and I think Brother should refresh at least the control panel. And finally, the last thing that I wish was improved, and maybe for you it's important, it's the top document feeder. So I told you can input many pages, up to 20, I think, if I'm correct. Unfortunately, it will not be able to scan double-sided. This page is not double-sided, but imagine I had text on the back. You will need to take the page once it's scanned, turn it the other side and scan it. If you're a teacher and you're looking for a printer, this is a great option. You'll be able to make copies quickly. So if you have a document of 5 pages, you just have to put it here, press the copy button here, type the number of pages you want, press enter, and literally in maybe 2 minutes, you'll be able to make at least 30 copies, which is great since the footprint of this printer is not that big. Let me compare it here. This is a US letter size paper, and if I put it on the side, you can see it's slightly taller, but not by much. And if I put the sheet of paper this way, again, it's slightly larger, but not by a lot. So it's still a very compact printer that is able to have many different features, and it's reliable. This is why I recommend it. Thanks for watching. If you want to get it from Amazon or any other printers, check my Amazon affiliate links. You support my channel by doing this. If you don't want to do that, don't worry. Just leave a like, comment, and I'll see you in the next video.